from the Beta, the Bayou Splash Brothers, reincarnation, the 504.
First took away. That's the best. Get your money's worth now.
I just like the.
You like that?
It was the look right
there.
Yeah.
What's good? We back, y'all. It's the podcast you love to hate. You know what I'm saying? And the podcast you hate to love. Whatever side of the fence you're on, just know the grass green over here. So check this out. I got my dogs with me. We about to run through it, right? It's your man Lito, the Uptown Man. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I got Mile 5, Hammond America's poster child, Soul Brother #1 clocking in. What's good?
What's good, bro? What's up? Got my miles in this morning. I'm ready to rock.
I know. We know what you're doing Sundays, bro. Me and Justin was talking about how much we hate you. It's all good, though.
It was a good thing. It was a good thing.
Like, we hate you out of love.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? We got Harold's Chicken franchisee, Chris the Con Man Connor in the building. What's good, sir?
Chris camera froze and everything.
Look at him too. I ain't lying on the Con Man part. Look at him.
Jared, why? Great. Always as a random.
We got my man to the right, the man with the golden foot, Lake Charles Lieutenant, Soul Brother #2.
That's right.
Yeah,
Ross,
talk to him, Ross.
That's right. Honorary member.
Yeah.
I want a raffle.
We got the DMV real estate mogul, rapper, actor, podcaster. You think you own the deed to your house till you check and see his cheddar charge. He in the building.
What's happening? What's popping?
Leo, we're giving ourselves titles now. It was a question here.
Yeah, today. It starts today. Yeah, today, Kyle. And last but not least, we got the best coach in the state. You know what I'm saying? We got the best coach in the state. We got state champion, offensive guru, development expert, Rafael Devers in the fucking building.
I wish Chris was here for that. You know, like the Devers is like 12, like since acquiring the Giants, Devers are like 12 and 24.
Hey, man.
Red Sox one of the best teams.
Told you to name your dog. Last but not least, we got the best chat ever. We got the best chat. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to day one. Shout out to the day twos too. Y'all important too. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Cole? All right, man. Look, let's get to it. So look, I went down a rabbit hole. I was telling Justin this the other day. I saw a chart last week. It got me thinking, right? I saw a chart and I was like, damn. I didn't realize how well this man shot the basketball. I knew he could shoot the basketball, but I didn't realize how well he shot the basketball last year. And then I'm scrolling down the chart and I get to number 9 on the chart. And I'm like, 235 threes? Damn, that's something, right? Like that's you know, as much as CJ made last year, as good as, you know, Trey only played what, 52 games, I believe. So of course his numbers, you know, weren't where they were gonna be. But then after that, I started looking a little bit deeper into the numbers, right? Jordan Poole, if anybody's listening and not reading this, Jordan Poole last year, 20.5 points per game, 4.5 assists, 3.5 threes per game, 59% true shooting percentage. He is second season averaging 20 points per game in under 30 minutes. We heard that before.
The end of this, the most in NBA history.
Hey,
can you pull that graphic back up? I didn't even know that was like.
Hey, the kid get buckets. But hold on, Justin. Wait, there's more. Check this out. Right, Jordan Poole. Shout out to Poole Muse, fan of the show.
Shout out Poole Muse.
Jordan Poole is the only player to average 15 points per game, 4 assists, and 1 steal in under 30 minutes in the last 3 seasons. So, hey, I'm not making these numbers up. I'm just saying, when I look at this, right, it got me thinking. I want to know, 5. Let me ask you this: Has Jordan Poole's value been overshadowed by how things ended in Golden State and Washington?
You can say that. It's been tainted. But hold on, before we get to this, I don't know what's going on in the chat, but don't put my name in it. I don't know what y'all got going on. I don't play in the snow. That ain't for me. But I think Jordan Poole's time in Golden State were like, you know, there's highs, and then he gets to Washington, there are lows. So you can't necessarily judge him basically on the, like, their statistics or their the record, right? You gotta look at the play. Like if he's doing that or being efficient in 30 minutes, like that's a clear indication like he can score at any point in time. Like he can score consistently and he doesn't need a lot of minutes to do so. He's impactful when he plays. So I think sometimes you need to take a step back and watch the actual game and like how it can, connect to what the Pelicans possibly can do. Of course, I don't think he's going to play under 30 minutes when he's playing with the Pelicans. But if you're saying like him playing 30 minutes, he's still impactful, that's a good sign. That's a good sign for the Pelicans.
No doubt. Now, Ross, let me ask you this. Do you feel like Jordan Poole is an underrated move for this team or is the move properly rated?
I don't think it's underrated. Properly rated is probably fair. I mean, I don't like, I'm not sure where you're going with the rest of this conversation.
Yeah. I got a path.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see where you're going with this. I mean, look, I like him, but like I think to a certain extent he is who we've seen.
So hold on. So looking at those stats that I just showed you in NBA history, that didn't move you off your stance the least bit?
No. There's I think a lot of people that could play on a really, really bad team with a lot of with the bandwidth to sort of do what you please. I mean, I think look, to a certain degree that level of freedom can open things up for certain players. It can also be, and I think you saw this the year before, it can be like inhibiting for certain players. And so look, I was happy to see Jordan Poole be able to mature and go from bad team, inefficient player to bad team, better player. But at the end of the day, I like, do I think he can be you start to ask yourself, can he be the best player on like a playoff team? The answer is no. Can he be the second best player on a playoff team? I don't know.
I take that. No, I'm gonna take that.
But that's where I start to look at it. So I think it's a properly rated move. Like I don't think he's worse than CJ.
Gotcha.
But I don't know how much. Like I don't know that he's a lot better either.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I really want you to keep that stance because I got a lot more questions about that. Chaz, let me ask you this: Do you feel like Jordan Poole is an underrated move for this team? Like just for this team in general?
Yeah, I think when you're the Pelicans or any smaller market team, I think you have smaller market and dysfunctional team. I think you have to always go for those medium to high upside swings. I think had Jordan Poole been on his rookie scale contract, it would look a bit more attractive as an upside swing. But I think, you're dealing with someone who's coming off the narrative in the media as it pertains to him being a serious player. Then you got the issue he had with Draymond the last year in Golden State, the first year in Washington, and the fact that he's coming from the Wizards. So, I think a lot of it is just a bit of a shadow cast over him as a player. So, I do think it's an underrated move because let's just say, because I guess you have to consider what you gave up for him, right? You gave up basically CJ and Kelly Olynyk, and not to be dismissive of them, but you got a younger player with a bit more upside. You got Saddiq Bey. Also, if Jordan Poole is just as good as CJ, then you got a younger version of CJ McCollum with a lot more ball handling ability and a lot more ability to get to the rim. You got a second round pick and Saddiq Bey for your troubles as well. But I think for Jordan Poole individually, I definitely think he's probably been a little undervalued in this particular context.
I got you. All right, Justin, let me ask you this. Who's the better shooter, Trey Murphy or Jordan Poole?
Good question. I obviously have to compare their stats, but I
got some stats for you. You ready?
It's funny because I'm gonna say who I think the better shooter is. I think the better shooter is Trey Murphy.
Is that because why? Tell us why.
Trey's form, footwork, release point. He's just a really good shooter. The archetype, the distance. He's not just towing the line. He's hitting, as we talked about, like those 32-foot transition threes. and he hits them, and I'm okay. Like when he shoots them, I'm confident like it's going in.
It's going in. All right. So Ross, who the better shooter?
I think Trey Murphy, and like I don't even think it's close. Like this for me is not even a conversation. I mean,
Well, the reason why I thought about it is because of volume, right? I mean, they're both getting up volume. I think they both got up 9 last year or something like that. And I want to say Poole was
actually
better.
No, yeah, I think Trey's. I mean, across for their career, Trey numbers have to be a lot better, and Trey's got to be a lot better from the corner. And then just looking at looking at it with my eyes tell me that Trey's a much better shooter.
So last year,
different shot profile too, though.
Trey made 158 3-pointers over 53 games. He shot 8.3 a game.
Yeah. So Poole averaged one more, right?
Poole averaged one more. What you got? What you sound like you want to interject? Talk to us.
I think Jordan Poole is a better shooter.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Now we pod.
I mean,
talk to me.
I don't think Trey's a really good shooter off the dribble yet. Like I just don't. Like a lot
off the dribble. Can you off the dribble
like move
situation wise
into a 3? Trey makes a move, he's getting downhill.
Okay.
Jordan Poole makes a move, you don't know where he's going. Right? Like you don't know. So I think there's a level of difficulty that Jordan Poole tries to use, right? Like, and that sometimes gets him in trouble, right? Like gets him out of balance, gets his shoulders off square, and that's why he misses a lot of shots. Hey, I've seen Jordan Poole go 0 for 10 against the Pelicans, right? Where, I don't know if Steph was playing or not, but that ability still strikes fear in teams. I'm not going to look at the percentage and be like, just because Trey is shooting at a better percentage or better clip, that tells me he's a better shooter. I think there's more to Jordan's game at this current point to say he's a better shooter than Trey. I'm not saying that Trey isn't close. It isn't close, but I do think Jordan definitively is the better shooter.
Jared, I want you to clear this up because I do agree that Jordan Poole is a better creator than Trey Murphy. But if we're talking like pure shooting, who do you think? Like, do you still think Jordan Poole?
What is pure shooting?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, well, we're talking about Jordan Poole is a better creator, so he can create his shot better. I agree. But if the question was who's the best shooter, like I guess it matters. Is it catch and shoot? Is it off the dribble? As Jared's saying, like, is it coming off a stagger?
There are stats that say Jordan Poole was like top 10 in catch and shoots, like on wide open threes or something like that, right? Like, don't get it twisted. He can catch and shoot, but it wasn't a lot of that going on in Washington,
right?
So somebody had to. No one's creating for him. Trey has never had to truly create for himself. Caveat. I mean, but they aren't running plays for him. So I think it's a gift and a curse at this point, but I think it's close. That's why I even said on the last pod, I really want to hear about Trey and Jordan Poole shooting competitions early. Like, that's the first thing I truly want to hear about because that's going to let me know a lot.
Chaz, who the better shooter? Okay. I ain't mad at that.
But I do think Jordan Poole's the better scorer.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
So. That's like the caveat I make.
And look. To be fair again, like Trey did not play a full season, so take these stats. You know what I'm saying? Just
I got some stats for
talk
you.
to me.
So, I mean, we're comparing their careers, but Trey Murphy's a 38% 3-point career shooter. Jordan Poole's 34.5.
Yeah.
Free throw, they're literally exactly the same. Efficient field goal percentage goes to Trey by a lot. I don't know. It really depends on, like, Jared has a really good point. It's just like what Chaz said, like better creator for sure.
So
better scorer, Poole.
So okay, let me ask you this. He made 235 last year, right? Going into this season with being on the floor with Trey, Zion, and whoever else is on the floor.
That's a lot of shots.
Does Jordan wait? What's
9.5 a game?
That's a lot of motherfucking threes. Yeah, I know he has the record for Washington.
Do you think he makes more than 235 threes this year?
No, but I think he's more efficient.
Oh, okay.
He's a lot more catch and shoots.
So look, check this out. So
it's motherfucking good.
Hey man, listen. I was curious because this is a question I asked myself about Trey and Jordan. So even though Trey played less games, he shot more threes per game, 8.3 to 7.6. Trey had a lower efficiency than Jordan last year, 35 to Jordan's 37. Jordan's accuracy edge, despite taking more shots off the dribble last year, was higher. Right? So I made a graph to kind of like talk about their hot zones and like, you know, the highest percentage versus the least percentage. All right. So Chris, what's up? Chris back? All right, cool. So Chris, looking at the hot zones, in your opinion, which player seems to have a more balanced shot profile across the floor?
See, what's the volume?
You talking about made threes, Jordan's 235, Trey was 153. But again, it's games played.
Yes. I mean, and that's a big caveat. But I would say Trey. I mean, Trey don't have one spot on the floor where he under 30%. I think Jordan had 2,
27.
Yeah.
So
3. Jordan has 3. I'm sorry. He has 2. You're right.
Yeah, you know, math ain't my strong suit. You know, but shout out. But I could read numbers. You know, I mean that's why I'm at with it. So I mean, but that ain't even a shot at like Jordan. Like when Jordan was never, at least, you know, when he was a prospect or when he was coming up, we weren't talking about his shooting ability necessarily. We were talking about his ability to create, his ability to score. Trey's been talked about being a shooter since he was probably like 12 years old, you know, and I might be doing him, you know, an injustice. So it's a little different, and it actually shows the lengths of work that Jordan has put in for us to even be having this conversation. You know, going from Golden State then to Washington, and you know, hopefully now getting better here.
Five, let me ask you this. Trey's average is 67% from the right mid-range, but he takes a very low volume there. Should he use that area more, and why doesn't he?
All right, one, you got to think about Willie Green, and then 2, it's like, all right, you know, they don't like people taking mid-range jumpers, right? So that's another thing. Trey doesn't have a shot where it just doesn't look good off the dribble. It just don't. It's no offense. It just doesn't look to me aesthetically pleasing.
It's awkward.
Yeah, it's like it's a set shot. It truly looks like that. But if he can somehow, I mean, he's, you know, 6'10 ish. If he can somehow figure out a way to, you know, just at those spots on the court, like you say, mid range, raise his shot profile a little bit there, or his mechanics, I think he can even be more efficient or more effective. That way, he's, you know, maybe taking 1 or 2 dribbles or no dribbles at all. Because again, you're 6'10, you should be able to shoot over probably the person that's guarding you. So yeah and no, depending on, you know, time, score, possession, and what the need is for the game. Don't be shooting that shit at, you know, 10 minutes in the first quarter. Like, you don't need to be shooting a Brandon Ingram mid-range jumper. You just don't need to. But, you know, fourth quarter, 5 minutes left. If that's your shot, you work on it, shoot it.
Patrick, shout out Pat. Speaking of shooting, my dog OG Gold Chain Grub birthday is tomorrow. I want to show love to Grub. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, OG. We'll highlight you tomorrow, of course, but just wanted to give you a lot tonight. You love tonight because we live. Remember, the Pelicans single season 3-point record is only 239. Only 4 players in Pel's history have 200. Yeah. Yeah. And that match, again, he shot 235, made 235 last year. And I think he shot 622, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a lot of threes, dog.
It's a lot of threes. But like we've all been saying, like that's the injection of volume this team needs. And especially if you get a healthy Trey Murphy. But let me ask you this. Ross.
Yep.
Jordan Poole is 50% from the left corner. Should the offense run more sets to get him shots from there?
Yeah, I mean, you would think that's like basketball 101, right? Put people in the best positions. Like, you know, these guys aren't rookies. Like,
Right.
you've got enough evidence to put them in spots where they should be most successful. Can this coaching staff, like, will this coaching staff do that? And I think the other question is, due to injuries and what have you, does Jordan Poole have to like inherit so much lead guard responsibility that he can't sort of play off the ball as much as maybe would make him most successful, right? Like, we're talking about putting players in spots to be successful, but you know, if you don't have a lead guard, or you've got injuries, or Zion's not playing or whatever, and then Jordan Poole's got to do a lot more than really, you know, if he's got to do a lot of the things that he was doing in Washington or doing in Golden State whenever Steph was hurt and Clay was hurt that year, you know, that changes things, right? I think you can get a really good version of Jordan Poole if this team's healthy. I do. I really do. I think Chaz said that earlier. Was like, it is a bit of it's an upside play, because I don't see him being worse than CJ, but I think he can also be better. Like, he can be better than CJ. Like, he can do things that CJ can't do. But part of the reason that I think people were critical of CJ during his time here is because he was always being asked to do more. Like, he was always being asked to play outside of his like bandwidth. It was unfair to him.
Gotcha. What you got?
I think Poole's gonna be a lot better than CJ.
Ooh.
And look, I think CJ. I love CJ. Jordan Poole has he can really create for this offense. Like, I know CJ could like the last couple of years, CJ was like breaking down. You can clearly tell he lost a step. Like, Jordan Poole to me is a scorer the Pelicans haven't had in a long time, in my opinion.
That's fair. That's fair.
CJ was never going to be that.
I always go back to the thing of like, I think CJ McCollum is maybe the most underrated shooter like in league history almost. Like, I don't even think just from a shooting perspective, I don't even think they're in the same conversation. I don't. And I've got like a 15-year CJ McCollum career to back that up.
Damn.
I just don't think they're the same yes, they're just not the same player. But CJ is a better shooter. And I think if you had the appropriate roster around him, you might have gotten a better version, or less frustrating at times version. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Jordan Poole can do a lot of things that CJ couldn't, and this roster needs those skills probably more than like some of CJ's set shooting capabilities.
Chaz, both players have strong efficiency in certain zones, but it's crazy because both have low volume in their strong zones. Is that a coaching? Is that a coaching issue, or is that a player preference issue?
Probably a mix of both. I think, speaking of setting people up again, Lito, I'm telling you, one of the best points in the league, man. I wanted to show a little bit of Trey putting the ball on the floor and kind of getting out of what we perceive to be his comfort zone and some of the strides he was making this past season prior to injury.
Murphy to cross. Murphy to man. Under 4 minutes now in the third. Murphy's having a nice game. The step back against anybody else, or just against Dejounte Murray.
Just throws it to Tatum.
I kind of want to see him at the free throw line. See what all the fuss is about. Free ball for Murphy. Very good, Shannon. Thank you for that. Love it.
Yeah,
that was a point.
But y'all missed the best point when he was killing Derek White. Shout out to Derek White, but he was fucking over Derek White. But I'll say that to say I think it's a bit of both. I do think, again, with the Pelicans, historically it's been BYOB, bring your own bag. So I think that, again, I think Willie Green, Steve Kerr got a little bit in common. So I think for a Trey Murphy and a Jordan Poole, guys who I consider like extremely skilled, you kind of gotta nurture them into great habits. And like you look at even Jordan Poole, I think if Jordan Poole would have been with a more of a tactical coach instead of like, the Warriors always been the Wild West.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? The Warriors are just, half court shot, it's all acceptable. In the NBA Finals, they play the same way they play in the regular season. Like, everything's acceptable. Same thing with the Pelicans to a degree. It's like, hey, go ahead and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. So I think the fact that neither one of them necessarily had coaches that would nurture some of their good habits, I think that's why you haven't seen them excel in areas that you might expect, right? Like if you're shooting fucking 50% from the right corner, and it's like, why don't you just, set up more play designs to get them shots in the right corner? Like it seems simple enough, right? And I don't want to take anything away from the defense because the opposing defense, like we know he does that as well. So I think it's a number of things. And also the Pelicans nor the Warriors have ever had pure point guards.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So they've always had scoring guards when they've had guards. So that's probably another reason why.
What you got?
No, I don't want.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I didn't have anything to say. I was just Chaz just made me laugh there. It's like, this guy's really efficient from this certain spot on the court. Like, why is this so hard to?
That's why I asked Ross that question.
It really, with all the analytics that are given to an NBA basketball team, like, this should not be that hard.
See, the other teams get paid too. I'll say that. The other teams get paid too. I'll say that.
Yeah, they do. But I think the issue is like there's no attempt to put players in the spot for them to be successful. But that's why I asked Ross that question, which seems like I know it seems like a remedial ass question, but it's like, well, why? Like, if I could get the data, how they don't have the data. But anyways, so look, let me preface this next question by saying this. I'm not talking present day. We just dreaming like Martin Luther King right now. Like we just moving towards a brighter future, right? So look, seeing these shout out to Chaz for that montage on Trey also, because that's a bad man. But seeing Jordan and Trey's shot diet, it made me think, like, based on play style, based on volume, and a little bit of accuracy, right? Could these brothers be Splash Brothers 2.0? Could they be the New Orleans version of that? Shout out to Five, right? Chris, am I wilding? Am I tripping with that?
Yeah.
Good. That's what I wanted you to say.
You are.
So you know what I did, Chris?
What you did?
I went and compared them 2024 Poole and Murphy to 2014, 2015 Clay and Steph. Because I need to know what elite shooting look like and efficiency, right? So check this out. So we got Jordan and Trey on the left. We got Jordan on the left and Trey on the right. I needed to know over a full season, if they could match the Splash Brothers, the OG Splash Brothers outcome, right? So I did a little simulation. They came close. Like, this ain't crazy. This is 3.4 for them versus 3.6 for the Splash Brothers. I also did a volume and efficiency comparison based on Trey, Steph, and Clay, right? So obviously Steph is Steph, Clay is Clay. But like, bro, like Jordan Poole ain't like this. I don't feel like this is a far off. It may never happen, but I'm just saying we dreaming like Martin Luther King right now. So you said I was wilding. Talk to me. Am I still wilding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I like the road that you listen, the content is content. You know what I mean? You pardon, bro. I gotta give it to you. You did the math. You know what I mean? Motherfucker, we got graphs and it's like, what? Hey, bro, doing your thing. I ain't, salute to you, bro. But I can't
you can't co-sign that, big brother?
Nah, yeah. Because the thing about Poole is that Poole still has he still has an erratic, unpredictable nature sometimes that I have to see him completely play out and mature,
right?
To hold him to that same level. And look, even as a shooter, right? I mean, Steph shoot 40% from three in his sleep,
right?
In his sleep, and we talking with 10, 11, 12 attempts a night. And this is stamped. Jordan Poole's best three, I think, his best year percentage wise was this previous year at 37%. He hasn't shot 40%. I think, he hasn't shot 40% at all. So I got to see the efficiency match the volume. Now, to your point, I will say, if there is any opportunity of the math, the homework that you did coming to fruition, this would be the kind of team, if said person, Zion, is healthy, because of the type of looks that Jordan Poole would be getting. Like the type of spot up looks that you guys talked about earlier in combination with, sharing the floor with Trey. If he's able to get those kind of looks and matching the game that he has today, then you would probably see you got a chance to maybe see the Washington and the Golden State Pool kind of merge. And that sounds like a really good basketball player for this team.
Can I I'm sorry. So got another clip. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all doing great with the chats. Let's get the likes up, people. We appreciate everybody who already hit the like button as well. Right. So this is Jordan Poole. And I'm gonna meet Chris halfway. I think Chris made an excellent point. Yeah. I'm gonna disagree because sometimes it is over in the first quarter. But that being the case, I think Trey would be the holdout in that scenario. And I say that because I think Trey is such a gifted athlete. He won't ever really settle into what's homie name? A Klay Thompson type. Like Klay can literally dribble the ball. What's that game? He dribbled the ball like 6 times.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't think Trey will ever do that, right? And I think that's more so the reason. Now Trey has the same quick release, and I think if he just like, all I'm going to do is shoot the ball from y'all. I'm not really getting into the paint. I'm stopping at the free throw line if I do. I'm never getting all the way to the rim. And I think his athleticism, because Trey like to dunk on people. His athleticism will kind of keep him from just settling into the Clay role. But I think with Jordan Poole, while he may never have that efficiency, I think the fact that he is so erratic and like yo, what this dude about to do? Like, if you fight people, I gotta do a lot of fights. The worst person you can fight is an unconventional motherfucker. Like, yo, what is he doing? Like, you don't want to fight that guy. So I think the fact that he is so unconventional and kind of like erratic, that it makes the threat of him making a crazy shot like that is always there. Because I don't think every shot Steph takes is a good shot. It's just because he's Steph. That's why he can take the shot, right? But and Jordan Poole hasn't earned that credibility. Right. So it's no matter, even if it go in, you're gonna say, I wouldn't mind if you didn't do that again, partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? But so I do think Trey being such a gifted athlete and his ability to get to the rim and finish, I think that would kind of keep him from like just staying beyond the arc in a Klay Thompson role. I got
a question for Five, but shout out to Chaz for being a soothsayer because he brought up release times on jump shots. And it's my last graph, y'all. I'm sorry, no more pie charts. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really have the math on it. Bro.
It's impressive.
I'm just saying, bro. I couldn't find Trey Murphy's exact like shot release, but like I'm just saying if you're looking at Clay and Poole, bro. I mean Trey. What the fuck am I trying to say? If you look at Trey Steph and Jordan,
it's yeah.
I'm just saying. I ain't saying, but I'm saying.
You know what'll stop them from being the Splash Brothers 2.0? Sure, but they're just not nearly as good as the original Splash Brothers.
No. Okay, so look. This is what I'm about to ask. I'm about to ask Five.
That's what it's gonna be.
You're not being positive right now.
I'm sorry.
Listen, the 2014-2015 Stan Clef, they averaged 8.1. Steph averaged 8.1 threes. Clay averaged 7.1 at 44 and 43 respectively. That's 15.2 attempts, right? Last year, Poole averaged 9.1. 17. Trey averaged 8.3. 17 attempts, right? Now the difference is 6 points less in efficiency. Can that efficiency catch up to the volume?
Lito, although this kind of goes against my argument, it was a different basketball game back then. Like people want to play like the Warriors played then. They're still trying to figure that out, right? Like getting 15 threes up from two different players throughout a season was unheard of. Like it wasn't like the norm. So I'm still on the train of they can be Splash Brothers 2.0. Yes, I am there. But just saying like, yo, get the shots up, like it ain't equal. Those two ain't the same. They're not mutually exclusive. Just getting those shots up. But really what goes against this is truly Willie Green. Like that's one of the bigger issues about this, because Steph had someone that told him, yeah, man, we living and dying with you. Whatever you do, this team's gonna either be good, really good, or really bad, and it's because of you. Jordan Poole didn't have that with Steve Kerr, right? Like he didn't have that at all. He probably didn't even have it at Washington, and that was his team. Trey Murphy hasn't had that. Hell, Zion hasn't had that. So, like, we're asking you guys to do something that we're missing a major piece in that process of them being great, the Splash Brothers. But in this instance, like, you still have to find like that element of coaching and how this team can be better and what really suits them, because the NBA right now still currently is trying to outshoot people, and it's truly a numbers game, when back then that's what it was.
I was going to ask you a question because I was Chaz, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Coach. I'm again. Hey, I gotta disagree with my brother Jared, because take a look at this. How does he
uploads it?
I'm just thought.
What does that mean, though, Chaz? What does it mean?
Yeah, I think practice trying to get a ring too. I don't know, but
Jared, do you think the games will start trending a little bit backwards to how it was originally played?
Yeah, eventually.
How soon? I feel like it's starting.
Yeah, I think next 2 to 3 years. But I thought the Pelicans had it figured out, really, with Jackson. I mean, we're probably going to talk about something else, but Jackson Hayes and Jonas, when they had the ability to out rebound teams. Out rebound teams in be like the Sun series. They were able to establish their dominance on the boards, which gave them extra possessions. Hence, what the Warriors were able to do early on, and they just went away from it. Like, you had the answers already. You just weren't disciplined enough to stay with it. So the teams that are disciplined, you'll see that reward come to fruition. We'll see these double bigs actually happen and work out for the Pelicans. Oh, not the Pelicans. Sorry.
You good. So let me ask you this: Can Trey maintain or increase his volume while raising his accuracy to 40?
Oh yeah. Trey's 40%. Yeah.
Even at
I think Trey's that good of a shooter. I really do. I think he's got two actual legit playmakers. Like, okay, did y'all think? Interesting. Do y'all think Brandon Ingram was a playmaker?
I would say he had playmaker in this game.
I think he could be. Yeah, in certain instances. Yeah.
Do you who? Okay, Chaz. Who do you think is better playmaker, Jordan Poole or Brandon Ingram?
I think Jordan Poole has a better handle, so it allows him to collapse defenses better. But I think Brandon was the better passer.
Yeah. Because I'm interested, because I think Trey's gonna get a lot of easy looks this year.
Okay.
But it goes back to what we just talked about. Like, what's the focal point of the team? Are they gonna make Trey Murphy a focal point of driving and kicking and running him off screens and varying his different actions? Like, are they going to finally do that? And like, I just
depends on who the day is. If the day you talking about, if the day you talking about with the guy holding that trophy.
Like, do you like in Willie Green's system right now? Do you think it's possible for Trey to get up 9?
Yeah, I mean, he shot
9.5 threes.
He shot 8.3 last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, I will say this: I think that Trey has to call his own play and just kind of like not.
And that's where it's never like that to me. Like, it tells me that no, if Trey Murphy has to call his own play.
Well, I mean, there are no plays run for him.
I was thinking about this. And I was thinking about doing a show about it, but I do kind of think we do get to a point where it starts to. I think it gets to a point where we kind of either believe in the player's ability to overachieve or and adapt, or we don't, right? Because Willie Green was here when they won them 49 games. So, it kind of, now they had injury luck, they had other things that went their way. Shout out to your prospect, was that, homie? But, at the end of the day, if Willie Green is the thing holding these dudes back, they probably really ain't that good. If Willie Green is the reason, because Toledo's point, he averaged Trey Murray averaged 8 attempts last year?
Yeah,
pretty efficient. He was doing some incredible things last year, progressing, showing the work he put in during the summer and during the regular season. Zion, you already know his numbers. They tend to be about the same, average some career high ties. Who else you had last year? CJ's always setting records and things like that. I'm just saying, at a certain point, if the Pelicans always need something else, the Pelicans is always welfare fucking queen. Oh man, we ain't got this. Oh man, we ain't got that. It's like, at a certain point, we kind of just. I understand with the Zion thing, but it's kind of getting to a point where it's like, I'm just saying, as a fan base, as a collective, we really don't believe in this nuclear team, I think, because good teams win with bad coaches all the time.
Not that
especially in the regular season.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The Pelicans' problem been in the regular season. Now, if we get to the playoffs and keep failing, cool. That's more of an indictment. But in the regular season, if this talent can't win in the regular season because of Willie Green, then we got bigger problems afoot.
Yeah.
I would say.
Can I bring up this comment real quick?
Oh, my man, go ahead.
I just gotta respond to Chance. Nah, dog, I can't let it slide, bro.
This
dude, he's that bad. I think only elite players can overcome Willie Green. That's how bad he is. You got to think about I think about Devin Booker in Phoenix all those years, right? He was really good. Did he have good coaching? No.
Hell no. He's going 70 points, right? Yeah.
I think that's the same thing Zion's dealing with here. Trey's dealing with here. I'm not saying that they're on the same level as Devin Booker at this current juncture in their careers. No. But he's a huge hurdle for this team to, one, build cohesion and to get better. And I think that's truly what a coach's job is to do, is to instill confidence, put people in the right position for them to be better. Basketball isn't this game where you can just roll the ball out there and go hoop.
Yeah.
Especially at the NBA level. They're too good. You said it earlier. Everybody else got the same stats too. So
I'm sorry. Let me ask you this, Five. Now, because I agree with you as far as the sum of your parts doesn't always equal a great success. And we've seen that with the Pelicans, especially with Jonas. Jonas could have totally been better utilized and maximized, right? But now you say elite talent, and I told you I'm Willie Green's legal defense, so I have to redirect here. Do you think Herb Jones is an elite talent, elite defender?
Elite defender.
Do you think Trey Murphy do you think he has elite talent? Not that he's an elite player today, but does he have?
He has elite talent.
Is Zion, when available, an elite talent?
Elite talent.
Do you think Jordan Poole has some elite skills?
There are skills that are very good. Elite.
That's a lot of talent right there. That's also a lot of money too.
Well, the way Cat's getting paid, I can't necessarily correlate. Talent
money to
you can't do that.
Results. Yeah.
No, that's true. Now let me ask you, Ross. Is this the year? A couple more questions, and then we're gonna move on to the next segment. But is this the year that Trey Murphy becomes a consistent all-star level contributor? What's that? I would say. Let me ask you: what stats would signify elite for you for Trey?
Playing more than 50 games. I'll start there because I think last year he was on his way. But
you said 50 or 60. I'm sorry, Ross.
I said 50. I mean, I think he played
played 53 last year.
Yeah, 53 last year. The year before was 50 something. Yeah, there's a certain point in the years before that he was in and out of the starting lineup, whatever. You got to play. And I think for Trey ultimately, and this is true for I think the whole roster. I think Trey, you could make an argument that he can make the All-Star team for the next 5 or 6 years. No one on a team that wins 28 games or 30 games, or like, you're gonna be lucky to get one. You might only get one. You got to win game. Like if the team is trash, you put up all the stats you want to put up. You're not making the all-star team. So for me, and that's like we were talking about. I mean, I was kind of chuckling to myself, and I see what you're trying to do, but like it's the same thing when I think about Jordan Poole last year and Trey Murphy last year, and comparing, what they did against somebody else. Like, man, Jordan Poole's team won 15 games, and the Pelicans won 20 something. Like, whatever they're doing, that's cool. It didn't lead to no wins, and I know that's just taking 2 players on bad teams, and I know there's other stuff going on. But at the end of the day, you want to start talking about accolades. Like, win some damn games. Like, what you're doing has to lead to wins. And right now, we're talking about offense. Jordan Poole's issue was on the other side of the court, right? So, like, there's other things afoot that you've got to look at that lead to wins more than just scoring and shooting. And I think that's where these guys, like, the focus needs to be. What can you do to round out your game that will help lead to wins?
I ain't mad at that. This is my last question about this topic round. I'm a round robin this. Game on the line. Game on the line. Who you want shooting the ball?
Fate of the universe.
Who you want shooting the ball? You want Poole or you want Trey?
Andre Iguodala.
All right. Again, set the stage. Is tie ball game?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Jared. I think situation matters here. Situation definitely matters.
You down 2.
Down 2?
Down 2. 3 seconds on the clock.
Take him.
Where I'm at? Well, I'm on the road. I'm at home.
Side out.
I'm on the road. I'm at home.
Yes.
What the fuck? That matters, dog. Set the stage.
To me, that does not matter, Jared.
You on the road.
Jordan Poole.
Down 2, 3 seconds left.
Down 2, 3.
I agree with 5.
Jordan
Because
Poole.
in 3 seconds, Poole can beat you off the. Like, you gotta play, right? Like, you can't just give up a layup. You're not up 3. If they take away the 3, like, Poole has that, like, ability to get to the rim quick and finish. Pause. But I'm just saying, though, I think if it's tied up, I want Trey.
Those are my only 2 options.
That's it.
That's
You ain't got nothing else.
Well, no, I was thinking
that.
yeah, because if Zion's on the court, Zion takes a shot. But
I said no. I don't think, like, what shot can Zion get? What shot can Zion get in 3 seconds?
The same one in how many seconds?
3 turnaround.
No, this is different. It's side out. You're forced to either a corner or half the court, like that, and you have 3 seconds. No, it is
7
not.
seconds, maybe. 7 seconds, maybe.
3? Yeah, 7 seconds, like, where you can square him up, Jared. 3? No.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I still want Trey taking a shot. Like, we were talking about Jordan Poole. Like, we were giving Jordan Poole just a little bit. We talking about Jordan Poole like he's just a little bit something that he hadn't shown that he is. Yeah.
Wait, what did he show, Ross? I'm listening.
Like, Jordan Poole didn't just get in the NBA, y'all. Like, he didn't just drive. Like, Jordan Poole for the majority of his career. Like, look, he was better last year, but, like, I mean, guys, for the majority of his career, he's like a somewhat inefficient jacker. Like, let's keep it a buck.
Wait. So,
like, I need him to take a step up from what he did last year.
I respect Ross, man.
Better players around him with more expectation of being good, right? Like, there's no expectations in Washington. Like, I need him to improve on what he did last year in a different environment with potentially a worse coach. Like, it's not, I mean, yes, he's coming into a better situation, like, he's coming into a better roster, but potentially a worse situation for all the reasons that you guys have talked about for the last 20 minutes. But, like, it ain't like Jordan Poole's been ripping off all-star games or, like, averaging 30 on a bad team or something. Like, just want to temper expectations just a little bit.
Now, Ross, I gotta be fair.
Please do.
If he was, we couldn't get him. The reason he's here is because he got some problems.
I think he can improve. I'm just saying, like,
I think what you're saying is totally fair. I do agree with you. Like, it's kind of a show and prove for a lot of guys, especially with him, his contract extension being up for discussion soon. But to Toledo's question, I think any scenario where the Pelicans have to pass the ball is going to be bad. So I want Jordan Poole
not
taking
a good
a shot.
inbounding team.
Yeah, because all you got to do is set the
team.
screen, and whatever happens, happens. Any scenario, like if you even think about when Zion makes, because I think that's what you might have been alluding to, right? How Zion can score in like 1.7 seconds. Yeah. It's an inbound from the other side of the court, full speed ahead. He ain't got to make no plays or pass the ball. I think if the Pelicans got to pass the ball, it's going to be bad.
Jared, it made me think, Jared, 3 seconds left, I know how to get Zion a shot going to the rim because the Warriors run it to perfection. So it's a sideline out of bounds box set. Draymond Green flashes high, and they dump it into Draymond Green. Not that guy. And it's like Steph or Clay sprinting to like get the basketball, like they're gonna go off a screen. And if the read's there, they go for three. Instead, Draymond fakes it, goes downhill, and either gets a layup or like a dive or a kick to the corner. It happens pretty quick.
When's the last time you've seen a sideline out of bounds be executed by the Pelicans?
Years.
Okay, like we got to keep it as simple as possible. And this is why I want to have to go back at Ross. Like, we acting like this with Jordan Poole because we have no other option. There's no one else to give the ball to. They can't dribble. They can't pass. They damn near can't shoot.
Ross.
So,
but then
Ross, hold up. Before you respond, you said something.
Tell him.
Absolutely agree.
What we need to do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem.
That's cool.
You got the chat. Somebody even gave us a super chat off of what you just said.
Hey yo, we some family man. And wait, hold on, Ross. We some family man. I need a like count, but we got to take a break because this is literally the first segment, and we've been 52 minutes in. Like I literally like we've been talking hoop. Like
Company Burger is the official burger of Pro Pels Talk and Boot Crew Media. Located at 4600 Ferret Street, Company Burger has been locally owned and operated for 11 years. Grind the meat, bake the buns, make the mayo, get the homemade tots. Company Burger uses Creekstone Farms prime beef to create the best burger in the city with milkshakes to go and a full bar. Company Burger is open every day besides Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Can't make it out? No worries, we have you covered. You can order online right now at thecompanyburger.com or check them out on the Toast or Uber Eats app. Company Burger, the official burger of Boot Crew Media. Wait. Okay, bro.
This your first time hearing me say that?
No, I've been saying that for a month now.
What's that?
Go ahead, Ross.
No, I was just gonna. I agree with the last thing Jared said. Like I'm not disagreeing with that, but it goes back to that point that we were talking about earlier. We're like, well, we're saying we're like if you're saying you're gonna give it to Jordan Poole because that's all we had. Well, it's like, but we also just got done talking about how much like talent, right? That you have this talent and that talent and all this other talent. It's like I just think there's a little bit of a gap between what we're thinking or what some folks are thinking of as like legit elite NBA talent versus like maybe what we really have on the roster are. And I think that's all I'm ever trying to say is because I'm guilty of it. I think we're all to a certain degree guilty of it, of looking at like an individual skill or like a skill set or, athletic ability or something and referring to it like a lot of these players have been in the NBA for a while and our team hasn't been very good. Okay. and at the end of the day, like I've said this before, you could go through pretty much every roster and say like, that, everybody could do that. Bad teams could do that. I could do that with Charlotte's roster right now. And you know what? Charlotte sucks too. Like, so it just, all these NBA rosters are full of like some elite talents, but until you win some games and do something, hey.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Him being potentially the second best player on that 22 Warriors team to win a championship, like the role that he had, the way he played, he was an ISO scorer, but he had a lot of off ball movement where he got catch and shoot threes from whoever was running the point at that time. And I believe he made 214 threes that year. I mean, that year he scored 1,600 points across the board. Shot the ball like 30 38, 37%. Like him playing in that type of offense, that doesn't like you don't lend any credit to that.
You said you thought he was the second player on a Warriors team that won a title?
That 22 team.
Second best.
And they won a title?
Yeah.
Y'all all think that?
Yeah, because that may be a conversation for like a separate year or something. Because I certainly don't agree with that. I'm not saying that Poole is, again, I'm not trying to like diss the player or down to I think there's potential for him to improve. I really do. But I caution against any player coming to the Pelicans and them taking 2 or 3 steps up right away because, well, who has, right? Like it's hard for me to project somebody that I won't say has warts, but has some like he's got to improve to become, I think, what we're talking about him being.
Yeah.
And it just don't always work like that here for a bunch of different reasons that you guys have already talked about. And so and he's coming into a season where you don't really have a point guard. Really, you got like Herb, who's is he healthy? Is he not? Like you already got these questions, and I don't know.
Chris, you disagree with the second best player on that team too?
Yeah. I don't. I mean, he might have been closer to. I mean, for sure he third for me, and he probably close. He might be closer to fourth, to be honest. Because that year, like, and specifically, we just talking like the playoffs. I think Andrew Wiggins was a little bit more important.
Okay,
right. And Clay. I feel like that it's tough, but like Draymond get lost in
Draymond gets up,
because he's still like even for a dude they can't shoot, and even in that period of time, I think a year ago he shot like 39% again, but he's so impactful with so many other things that he does and the lineup flexibility and what he does defensively. It's hard for me to put Poole ahead of him even for that year. I respect y'all mom for it. I
understand.
Yeah,
I guess what I'm saying is like shouldering the offensive like production. Like when I say that, I'm a professional, bro.
Let me, hey Lito, so am I. Check that.
Talk to me, Chad.
Let's run that back
to the body of Tatum,
and that was the problem. They didn't switch up.
One ball to the corner to Porter, and he playing for you, Mark.
If you care about winning, you'll get better on defense.
Well, he's got the offense taken care of, Jeff. Golden State with another stop, trying to close out this third quarter better than they did in game 1. Curry cooking a colossal three. Poole back in. Little step-up screen by Looney. Quick crossover. And Looney with the layup. Scored 120 points. Golden State Warriors, much you want to fall in love with Steph Curry's shot making and their offense, it's been their defense that has taken over this game. Jordan Poole says, let's go. Golden State has a lot of time. Poole with the ball. Launches. Oh! Money! It's just begun. Flat out, get it done. Recognizing the clock dwindling down. Knocks down.
Highlight. He just
found
the best 12 minutes of Jordan Poole's career, though.
Jordan Poole was on that run, especially like in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah, he did.
Like, Jordan Poole was like masterful, and they was using a lot of the play designs that was carried over from Aaron Miles and my partner. So I'm telling you, I think people underestimating the upside. I'm telling y'all.
Chaz, how good do you think he's going to be then? How good do you think he's going to be?
I think it's a bit of a loaded question because he could be terrible, right? I think because fuck anybody could be terrible. But I think if Jordan Poole is just as good as he was last year,
mm-hmm.
I think that's proficient for what you're looking for. Because again, to Ross's point, Jordan Poole is not going to be like your de facto point guard moving forward. That's roles probably ultimately going to be filled by someone else. I think Zion's appetite for shots, that is isn't necessarily, it helps with the transition. Because Zion's a dude, again, who we've seen, like, Zion take, like, he could take 4 or 5 shots a quarter. Like, if that, like, he ain't really tripping. He cool with just passing the ball most of the game and letting the other dudes kind of, do their thing on the court. I think Jordan Poole, I think you'll see him more off ball than he had been. He's probably going to run a lot of that second unit since they don't have a ton of like shot creators in that second unit. I think he's gonna be solid, man. I think he's gonna be solid. But I totally get where Ross is coming from, because I would feel the same way. Like, I get it in theory, the idea of it, but fuck you ever done? Like, so I kind of get it. What have you ever done on your own? You know what I'm saying? So I do understand that. Because honestly, there's people who feel that way about a lot of guys. DeMar DeRozan, like, there's Kings fans who's like, what the fuck? Like, there's players like that around the league that guys just like, not this guy. I think people feel that way about Paul George now. Like, if you trade for Paul George now, even if he was healthy, you would be like, what have he ever really done? Like, so I understand.
Can I ask a question real quick? And just say, Ross, one more thing. Ross, you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Great. So Cole asking the right question. Earlier you called Poole an inefficient jacker. You don't have to answer what you think an efficient jacker is, but do you have a favorite NBA efficient jacker that you want to speak of?
Crazy.
Take your time.
An efficient one or an inefficient one?
Yeah, your favorite efficient.
Oh.
You keep that.
What's wrong with you? Like, are you a child? Like,
I just think this is kind of like, this is crazy right now.
What's crazy about it?
Can you answer his question?
Nah, because I'm going to answer the question. But you're acting like the term jacker has never been used in reference. The chat went crazy in reference to. But no, I'm talking to you. In reference to in reference to a player that takes a lot of bad shots. Like, I've never heard of that term before.
You know what? I know Ross means when people say when they're jacking up shots. I never heard the term jacker, but I've heard jacking up shots.
Yeah, you're just jacking up shots. That is a very normal term. You're absolutely right, Chaz. You said inefficient jacker.
Yeah, I know.
And you think this, you're deflecting. Just answer Chris's question. That's all it has to happen.
Like any good player. Like Curry would be one.
He's an efficient jacker.
I would say.
All right. Okay. That's
what's the next segment you got, Lito? What's the next segment you got?
4 years old.
Thanks, Ross. Appreciate that.
You got it, man.
Hey, Ross, let's put some sage in this shit. Ross, what's your favorite UGK song? Like,
I don't know.
Just give me a song. Something that's
next.
Five. What's your favorite song off the Clips album?
Thank you, Five, boy.
Man, favorite one. Let's just go with FICO. I have a newfound love for FICO.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, let's go with FICO.
Okay, cool. All right, everybody better? We all right?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. All right, so over the weekend, we saw Trey Murphy FaceTiming other players, asking them if they was coming to the involuntary minicamp in Cali. What does it say about Trey's leadership that he's personally calling guys to check to see if they're coming to minicamp? Justin.
I wonder if he called the team meeting or if this was like group led.
I'm gonna say for content purposes, we gonna say this is all Trey.
Okay. Look, we've talked about Jared's talked about it a bunch of times. We've actually all said, like, I think he's the face of the franchise. Once again, Jared's talked about it all the time about like how he handles media and how popular is around the league. He's covering All-Star weekends. He's doing, he was doing summer league. He does a lot of things, and I think he's a great representation of your franchise. And then you just hear him calling rookies and going through the content of the media content, and then I don't know if he slipped up and said it, but he was like, "All right, Jeremiah, just making sure you're coming out to LA." And if he's heading that, like we've been right the whole time, like he's the face of the franchise, he's the leader, in my opinion. Because I think he wants to do it.
I got you. Chris, is this a sign that he's taking a bigger voice in the locker room heading into next season?
Yes. I think that's naturally, I think what he always thought he could do or that he wanted to do. He just needed the right opportunity, the right roster, the right production, the right season that he had. I think he's always kind of been that guy. It just takes a little bit of time before you can slowly work towards taking over a locker room. And I think it fits that. It could also be like he just knows that Zion isn't that guy. And it may not be a negative. It may just be more so like we're missing this. I'm gonna fill that void. Zion will help, Zion hopefully will help here. But this is what we've been missing the past few years. CJ's gone now. In previous years, he may be the one to put together these things, So yeah, I mean, he could just be looking around and say, well, shit, if not me, who else?
Yeah. I got you. Chris, follow-up question. Do you think Dez Bryant could whip Nicki Minaj's husband's ass? Like, what side of that you was on?
It's a good one.
Yeah. Well, like we back to the math, right? So if we just keep it about the math, like Dez Bryant, like what 6'2",
yeah,
220. I think the boy like 5'9", 180. Now look, look, it is what it is, bro. Styles make fights,
right?
And one thing about Dez, I'd heard some stories about, some things Dez did to people. I mean, I don't know about the other. Well, I heard stories about the other guy, unfortunately, as well. But yeah, man, I'm taking Dez. I'm taking Dez. If it was on DraftKings, it would be Dez minus like 900.
No doubt. Taz, let me ask you this: how valuable how valuable do you think player-led mini camps are in building team chemistry?
I think it's extremely valuable, especially considering how short training camp is. I think you kind of need guys to get out to a fast start with this team, particularly build some familiarity, kind of figure out, this certain cues. Like that's one of the things that always kind of got on our nerves, I think, with Brandon and Zion. When Zion said, me and Brandon look at each other, we just know, like, you're lying. Y'all know shit. Motherfucking thing. Y'all dudes, y'all motherfuckers will be together like that. All y'all do is be together. Thugging and drugging. I'm gonna say all y'all do is thugging and drugging, allegedly. So y'all don't be doing no type of real basketball activities. Y'all niggas was terrible together. But that being the case, I think now what you're seeing, is incredible. I think because training camp, like what, man, a week and a half now. Then you're going to that first.
It's really short, man.
Yeah, so it was like, come on, and then like you need motherfuckers actually playing basketball. Like the Pelicans need live game, situations. You got a guy like Sadiq Bey returning from injury. The one open run I seen from him, and so you need dudes to get some minutes under their belt. I don't know what Zion is doing. Zion playing trampoline basketball with the neighborhood kids and shit. I don't know what he's doing, but you need these dudes playing against other high level athletes and them being away from New Orleans, being out in California. It's kind of like a road trip and a bonding situation. And I think Zion at the end of the year, this year, he said they wanted to do that going into this upcoming offseason. Someone told me that that's something Jordan Poole was pretty much known for doing. He likes to get guys together and organize some of these open runs and mini camps. So I think it's very important.
Five, let me ask you this. Can a mini camp like this translate to better on-court performance early in the season?
Yeah, man, it's like anything else. Like you start practicing something, and by the end of it, you should be better at it. All right, Jack. It's kind of funny though, right? Like you said at the beginning of the season, I'm glad you mentioned that, because all the progression they're gonna make maybe in this team-led mini camp is gonna be thwarted by Willie Green. I'm just gonna always keep going back.
Is
to
Willie
that.
Green at this minicamp?
No. Nope.
You
Oh,
sure?
wait.
I don't think so. I thought it was.
I thought he was.
So-
I'm not.
It's supposed to be player led.
Just so
I thought they were.
Justin.
I'm not confirming this, but like I thought I heard that they were there last year. Or
No,
some
they
stuff.
were team official, like medical staff, possibly.
Mhm.
Right?
Probably.
There was a
No,
coach there,
coaches-
but it wasn't Willie.
Yeah.
But we're sure that Will. I'm not saying like, but we're sure that Willie wasn't like in the building.
Willie don't need to be there. Good things are happening. He don't need to be there. Like you need to stay away from good things. So, but yeah, but Toledo's question, like it definitely helps, them building chemistry because they need to build it early. Hell, I would have loved to them soon as Jordan Poole got signed. Like, hey, let's go get in the gym together. Like lock in quick. That way, when you do get the minicamp, there's some level of foundation already built. You don't have to rebuild that because that was the Pelicans' problem. They had to keep rebuilding a foundation as soon as they got to their player-led minicamp, but Zion wasn't there, so you had to do it again during preseason or whatever that was. Brandon not playing. Like there was never a time for them truly to build a foundation where they could lean on when things got rocky.
So, Russ, let me ask you this. Everybody's played on the team. I just want to hear your perception of this, though. Does showing up or not showing up to a voluntary camp affect the team's perception of that player?
I think it does for basketball because the contracts are guaranteed. It's not like a football situation where there's always this, players trying to change contracts or hold out or, waiting on free agents, this, that, and the other. I think, especially on a team like the Pelicans, where like you haven't won anything, you haven't won anything, and you're either best player or second best player, or certainly your player that's like most upfront in the media is is trying to like put together a team organized activity. I would wonder like, well, where's this? Where's he? Unless you're hurt, if everyone else is there, right? How could you not? In my opinion, when we're all under guaranteed contracts, we know what team we're going to be on. Like we're trying to get on the same page. And if you got 90% of the players there that are healthy and capable of being there, like why are you not trying to build a relationship? Why are you not trying to get extra practicing with your teammates? Why are,
I got you. This is the last segment, man. Then we're gonna get to some chat questions, man. So also over this past weekend, Dejounte Murray, shout out to Booker Media, man, posted Dejounte Murray's scale. He gained 14.
That was shout out. It's William, the high school content creator. Shout out to William. He's doing a great job.
Thank you for doing your job.
Shout out to William.
Killing it, bro. Good shit. Anyways, Dejounte, he gained 14 pounds from the last time he was on the floor. I think he was 180 and then it was 190. It's 194 now. Is Chris, let me ask you this. Is how do I want to ask this? 14 pounds is a lot of like muscle to grow into in off season.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Like I thought I was tripping. Like that's not
14 pounds of muscle.
No, that's not.
Are you insinuating that it's not legit? What are you saying here?
I didn't even ask the question. So
I mean,
you win a wire?
I mean,
what's up?
Do NBA?
You got a wire? Like,
any of you guys know why I can get some good HGH? Huh? Yeah,
buddy, know I can buy a little crack.
Right?
Yo.
Is this, in your opinion, could this be lean muscle or
Man,
this?
I'm not a fucking nutritionist or a scientist. I don't know, bro.
No. I'm saying from the perspective of like just a basketball player gaining 14 pounds, especially a perimeter player.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna give him a little bit of bail. I don't know how much he's been. I mean, I would assume that he's not actively doing. I mean, five might be the better person to ask this question just because of an Achilles return. The rehab. Like I don't know how active he's actually been, right? So if that downtime of maybe being off your feet a little bit more and doing other things, maybe weightlifting. This is the first kind of injury that Dejounte's had. I don't know if he's fucking eating more. I don't know what the hell is going on. If he's grieving, like I have no idea. 5 would probably be better considering that he's been through that kind of injury and rehab, to be honest.
All right, 5, let me ask you this. How does this change, in your opinion, how does this change Dejounte's style of play?
It could help, but again, I don't know. Again, I don't know where the muscle mass pause is being placed on his body, right? Like he might get bulkier in his shoulder chest area, right? That's because he's been lifting and he hasn't been doing anything lower extremity force, right? He hasn't been able to squat a lot, so it's probably not lower leg muscle mass that he's gained. So he might be top heavy, right? I don't know. Maybe he'll be more physical, trying to get to the rim. Maybe it's that, but like it's all a work in progress. Like he has a new tendon in a sense. Like his body has to adapt to that, and I don't think it happens in less than a year. To be honest, I think he might be moving too fast at this point to really give himself like time to adapt to this new body. Well, one, his body had to adapt to the old body, like his tendon had to adapt to the old body, and now he's putting on more weight to adapt to that. Like it's a lot.
I think that's kind of what I'm alluding to in these questions is like I just was looking for further just clarification. What you got?
No, because I want to look at the actual tweet or like what was said, because I'm looking at the graphic. It says that he weighs 194 and he was listed at 180 last year. Like we all know, like, do y'all really think that he was 180 last year? Like, or do y'all think he really put on 14 pounds of muscle? I don't believe what I'm saying. Like, he could have been 186. I don't know. Like that, all that stuff is like kind of like.
I don't mean no disrespect, but Dejounte is trying to get chose. That's all that's happening. Dejounte is lying like a motherfucker. Like I'm just exhausted by this. Like this it's like these unnecessary lies. It's like, brother, we trying to get you out of here too. All right, like this. I understand you're doing your part. 14 pounds of muscle, like this. Come on, man. That's like motherfuckers. Like I took 2,000 jump shots a day coming to the season and shoot 14% from behind the arc. Just come on, man. You a wiry motherfucker. You gonna always be a wiry motherfucker. That's just what it is, right? What you hope to accomplish with these lies? Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish him the best. I wish him a speedy recovery. I hope everything going great for him off the court. But he's trying to get chose. He's trying to find somebody like a taker, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to find a suitor. So that's all that is in my opinion. I wish you ain't even say that, leader. I didn't even know about that. I found that out on the spot. This is my immediate reaction. I'm just disgusted with that lie. I'm fucking. That's my fault. It's not even a terrible lie, but it's like, of all the things you're gonna say, you could have said, I'm sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber. Doc say I should be back by November. So fuck, who cares? I've been hitting the weight like Hulk Hogan, brother. Who gives a fuck? Get on the motherfucking court, man, so we can get you up out of here. Give a fuck.
That's my fault. That's my fault, Chad. Delete that. All right, listen. Last segment, buy, sell, and we're going to chat questions. All right, Justin.
Yes.
Trey Murphy will be a top 10 3-point shooter in the NBA this year.
Bye.
Cool.
I say
10. You saw the list at 9. Jordan Poole was 9 with 235.
Is this percentage?
Yeah, play 70.
Makes?
What you say, 5?
Is this percentages or makes?
Makes
per game,
yeah.
Total makes.
Yeah.
Total makes.
Trey, yeah, I think he. Yeah, because the one thing I worry about is he struggles early on in the year. He's been coming back from injury. I don't know if he'll be ready. Like, will he get a training camp at full, at 100%?
Well, per his last,
I mean, like, look, like, so we saw the Herb Jones, pictures. You've seen the Trey Murphy stuff, but like, are they cleared for contact?
per the last time we heard from him, he said that I don't think he had many restrictions.
I mean, look, he'll miss a couple weeks tops. I think he'll be top 10. He's got to play 65 games.
Anybody disagree? Anybody selling?
What was the
top 5?
Top 10.
10.
And makes 3-pointers.
Oh, for the league?
Yeah.
I say top 10. I'm buying.
Do we know off top the highest he's finished in a season by chance? Anyone know that?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Y'all remember when Zion gained 5 pounds of muscle in one lifting session?
No.
Top 10?
202, Chris. 202.
Well, yeah. But I'm trying to see what at. I'm trying to see what at. Justin, I'm trying to see what at ranks though, because top 10, man. Like I feel like to be in the top 10,
202 would have been 20th last year, Chris. Just for
I think I don't think he got the right coach situation yet, man. I can't see it.
For the answer,
top 20, top 10, no.
Yeah, for me, it's about the injury thing. Like I got you. It's the same thing with Zion. Like until you prove to me that you can play enough to do certain things, you got to like prove it to me once.
Okay, I ain't mad. So 5. The Pelicans will be a top 6 seed in the West by itself.
Sell. Sell like Zell. Sell.
Anybody buying?
I'm buying.
How many games combined do Zion, Trey, and Jordan have to play, Chaz?
You know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna put all these caveats and all these things on. Like, well, we're in Mercury retrograde. Nah, fuck that. We going out there. You know what I'm saying? Ball up top. We this team. I think they can compete with anybody got the talent. And if they can't, fuck them. Get them out of here. That's what it boils down to me. Because I'm not about to all these motherfuckers. Again, it's like y'all got kids. Most everybody got kids. You know what I'm saying? When your kids piss in the diaper, that's one thing that's adorable. But when your kid 10, 13 years old, now it's piss. They're in the piss stage. Fuck all that. If you can't produce, I don't give a fuck what's going on. You got to get out of here now. So I believe in them. You got my support. Top 6 seed. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Fuck all that.
No
We had to win it.
No doubt. Chris, can the Pelicans win a playoff series by itself?
If Zion Williamson plays a playoff game, yeah, they can win a series. If Zion Williamson plays a playoff game,
will they?
They'll win a series.
Okay. Chris, you really think? I was just thinking about Zion hasn't played a playoff game, so you really think Zion's first playoff game he's going to adjust to it fine and be used to the physicality and the no calls and the scheming and all that? You think he's going to be ready for it?
That Laker game was as
I know that, but that Laker game was, if we're talking about that, would be game 2 of the series.
Yeah, I
mean, back to back.
I mean, I got you. I understand the concern of sorts, but
and he hurt himself at going at literally 110%.
But again, I mean, I'm going off of if they're in the playoffs, more than likely this motherfucker has played a certain amount of games. Like this, I don't think this team can survive previous years of him not being available for long stretches. Right. So if he's there, I'm gonna give them an opportunity. But first of all, if he's there, they had a great fucking season. They're not projected to be anywhere close to being to be in a situation to win a playoff series. So if they are in the playoffs at that point in time, I'm giving them a chance. And I'm going to say they can if he's playing. If he gets a chance to play a game.
I'm sorry, Chris. I want to ask Justin this as well. My bad, Lito.
Good.
Because this is something I thought about. For me, I can't really think of what a team would do differently to guard him. Like, what it really just come down to motherfuckers making shots, and if they can defend another high level team for 5 games in a row. So if you were a coach, what would you?
Well, you bring up a good point.
Different?
You bring up a good point because it definitely matters what team you're playing, right? Like what defender and or do I have defenders that I can throw at Zion, right? Like for whatever, be 48 minutes a night. I mean, I can play 48, but just say 40 minutes a night. You think like you look at OKC, you could throw different bodies, right? Like they're obviously an elite defensive team. Even the Nuggets, you could throw Aaron Gordon on Zion, and I think like Aaron Gordon can kind of take Zion away. Like there are just certain matchups in the playoffs that like you would exploit.
Well, to the point you just made, like so if Zion plays enough regular season games, let's say there's like a 5 or a 6, right? So you're playing. We'll probably say you're playing either let's say the Nuggets, Lakers, or Clippers, probably, right? OKC. So I mean, nobody gets hurt, blah blah blah. Let's just say OKC and the Rockets. They might have been 1 and 2 this year, to be honest, but let's just say they're 1 and 2 again next year. So you're probably looking at Lakers, Nuggets, or Clippers. Like,
so Lakers currently,
that's who you got to beat. That's who you'd have to beat in the first round series. If you're a 5 or a 6 seed or a 7 seed, that's who you're gonna play.
Yeah, I mean, like, so Lakers would have Rui. Do they have another defender though that would like?
You said Rui Hoochie Mama?
Yeah, I mean, like that can match up
with
Zion.
You don't get blazing ass out of here.
I mean, schemes. No, I mean, like I'm trying to go off of like who would guard Zion, like who would be right. Like, so I'm thinking of that. That's like my thought process, right? Like, who would they? Because you're not gonna put Luka on them. You ain't gonna put Reeves on. Like, who was
they still got Vanderbilt?
Yeah, but like God, like once again, Vanderbilt, like
they got like Finney Smith, huh? Don't they have him?
Yeah,
they signed him.
Yeah, they got, like that's what it goes back to like the matchup.
Oh, he got traded to Houston. Yeah.
Chaz, like Lakers, like you just go to that depth like roster. Like I'd love to, like Zion would absolutely destroy them.
LeBron's gonna guard him. That's what eventually happens.
Nah, there's no way.
He would have to.
Wait. Do you not remember the most recent games that they've played and the games have been close? LeBron has guarded Zion.
Yeah. Yes.
No different.
That's
no different.
lot.
They do. They got Vanderbilt.
Yeah, like it just.
Okay, that's fine. And then you go to Denver. Like I mean, obviously MPJ's gone, but you have Aaron Gordon there. You have. Is that really it?
That's the interesting one because we've talked about that one in the past. Is like I know in the past y'all have liked the matchup against Denver
because he destroys them. He always destroys Minnesota.
I think Ross gave the 3 best matchups. The one team I don't want to play is Memphis. Like I was
Jaren Jackson with.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play them because Jaren Jackson Jr. always gives that team.
Like Chaz, like let's talk about Houston. Like who would Houston like? You got Jabari. Like Jabari can't guard Zion.
It's really not Zion though.
Yeah, it's not just Zion. I don't think.
Well, that was like kind of the question. Like who? Like you're talking about defensively. Like
Willie Green's gonna get out coached like a motherfucker. Like it's not even gonna be. It's really not gonna be close, to be honest. Like Zion's gonna have to like think for everyone else, and it's not gonna. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Like they're gonna make Zion bring the ball up, right? You're gonna wear him down throughout a game, or you're not touching the ball, and when you do, you're gonna see 2, and you can't pass out of double teams.
And Jerry, you make a really good point because Chaz, I just thought about this too. Mentally, can Zion take because we see Zion get no calls all the time, and he's bitching, complaining, loafing back. What I'm saying is that he's gonna get the physicality obviously rises in the playoffs. Like can he?
I think all that shit.
Being the first time. I'm not saying Zion can't be a playoff player.
No,
I'm saying for it being his first time.
I'm not saying that. I just think so much of that shit is like antiquated at this point because we probably live in one of the softest eras of basketball. Yep. And I don't think Steph's the most mentally tough guy. I just think he's amazing. I don't think Kevin Durant the most like stringent, mentally tough guy. I just think he's amazing. I think if you get the right matchup, talent is just going to win out. Like who was it? The Knicks, for example. I don't think Cat the most mentally tough guy, but when it's time to show up, if he has the absolute advantage, he's going to win most times. I just think it's about I just really think it's about matchups, man. And if you could get there comfortably, depending on how you playing toward the end of the season, you're healthy because you got. That's why I don't want to underestimate the Jordan Pooles and the Kevon Looney's because they've been there at a high level. Like, you know what I'm saying? They've been there at such a high. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I think just if we're talking about them making the playoffs, we have to consider what it looks like what this team would have to do to even be in that situation, right? Like a lot of the the Splash Brothers shit. They would have had to have some Splash Brother nights. You know what I mean? Trey Murphy being close to an all-star, playing a certain amount of games, he probably would have played the amount of games that be in this conversation, finished in the top 10. Zion playing 60 games, Derek. And we're not even talking about some of the guys off the bench that makes a move. The trade deadline, they probably get aggressive and go make a move there. Like there's a lot of other variables. I'm not saying that that Willie Green out coaches a cardboard box. I'm not saying that they are fantastic out of timeout calls. I'm not telling you they're a great second half adjustments. I'm saying that if this team, different from any of the other ones in the Zion era, makes the playoffs, it's probably a story behind it that gives them an opportunity to win. I would give them a chance if he's playing his first playoff game.
Can I add this also? Five, you want to say something? Oh, I'll just say with the Pelicans, because a lot of the narrative was, well, Zion plays in this OKC series, then it's a different series. So again, it's like, you even kind of believe these dudes is good? You really don't, because with the Suns, they've been to the finals with probably one of the worst coaches in NBA history. They had a coach on the floor in Chris Paul, but it's still like, if I'm paying Zion X amount of dollars, I'm paying Jordan Poole all this money. I'm paying Herb all this money. I'm paying motherfucking who else? I say Trey all this money. Looney getting the most money he ever made in his life. Now it's time for everybody to show the fuck up. Like now it's kind of just, what we gonna do here? What we gonna do here? Ain't a bunch of young pups out here.
I hear you. Again, I just want to play devil's advocate. The other time that the Pelicans made it to the playoffs. Well, the true time they made it to the playoffs, it was led by Rondo, right? Like he was the coach on the floor. He wasn't making a shit ton of money. AD and Boogie was, and they ass couldn't really get to the finals on their own. So it's all about intellect when you get to the final. I mean, to the playoff side. Let's say finals, playoffs. Like it's all about intellect. It's all about adjustments. And you have a guy that doesn't make adjustments well, that he doesn't make the right move well. He doesn't have his team ready to play. Like, I just don't see it happen. Ross talked about he'll believe you if you at least did it once. Well, this motherfucker ain't never did it. So I'm not about to sit up here and be like, oh, this is the year he gonna change. Like, nah. But yeah.
Let's get to these chat questions so we get out of here, man.
I got you. Go ahead, Lito.
Cool. Shout out to Kyle, man. Ross is not honorary until he sees some Hennessy in his cup.
That was star.
I ain't got.
I know you. This is not your first go around with Hennessy. I know. No. You're true to it. You ain't new to it. This is for Chris Rose.
What's that name?
Next question.
Oh, I just know.
Super chat. No, it's a super chat.
This is for Ross. Who will be the MVP this season?
No.
What's up?
No. Huh? Who's it from? You read. They give a super chat. You read the name.
Right.
And
I
you
got you. Shout out to FMB. $2. Ross.
Shout out to FMB.
The MVP of the NBA basketball season?
Yeah.
Jokic. Next question. These people are childish. Next question.
Okay. Oh. There you go, Leo.
Shout out to DJ Trauma for the money. All right, next.
You have to read the whole point of the
go to the next. Go to the next.
Of course, you don't want to hear it.
Wait, I mean, read it. It's not even what I said.
Let me read.
Just keep it moving.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to DJ Trauma again for $4.99. Appreciate you, big dog.
You know what?
Good for him.
Shout out to Zeke, man. He gifted one.
All right, let's get to appreciate you, DJ.
That man is sitting about $40, man. Fucking, I'll read the motherfucking comment. God damn. I've been trying to
Mike, I'm not familiar with your game. I don't really know.
Swallow.
Good.
Squallow, CJ was efficient. Poole's youth and better athleticism will be the bonus.
Word.
Just a Davis. If it's your franchise, we gotta live and die with Zion. If you kick it to Trey or Poole, cool. Ross needs to shut up.
I think that's in context of the last shot, right?
Yeah, the Jordan Poole thing.
Yeah.
Ross, yeah, I think
To this comment?
Yeah.
Fellas, a pretty gold boy. The same thing I told him on Twitter. It's my show, bitch. You ain't going nowhere. Like, what you mean? I ain't going nowhere. You know where to find me. You know what I mean?
It's
Shut up. All right, fine. Y'all show getting popular in my eyes. Appreciate that. I don't have your vision, 3-2-1, but I'm glad you can see us. No Stevie.
Yeah, twinkle in his eye.
Yeah. Shout out to Candid for Chris's point is insightful. Even if they're in the playoffs, then Zion had a good year, and Zion playing well gives you a chance to win a playoff series. Full stop. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah. He's going to lunch.
Okay. Jeffrey, shout out to Jeffrey, man. Zion eats Gordon's lunch. They triple team Zion. Chris, how you feel about that?
Everybody triple teams Zion. Like that's the, I would, I mean, I think that there are certain, I think when we look at the teams that give Zion the most trouble, I don't think it's as much about the player that's guarding him. I think it's the combination of a Gordon or of a Gordon type and a rim protecting big behind that. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, Denver doesn't have that. And Jokic cannot afford to get in foul trouble. And they got Jonas. Cool. Now, you know what I mean? Jonas 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I think that's the context when we're talking about the teams that give Zion the most trouble. That's why the Memphis conversation, was pretty good. You have a 3 or 4 guarding him, and then at the rim, he got to deal with Jaren Jackson Jr. He got to deal with now Edey. Milwaukee used to be a team like that. The only team that I can think of that just would have one person guarding him and give him hell consistently was Miami and Bam. That's it. That's the only team I can think of.
It's crazy because I think in a series, like when you look at Zion in that first Lakers game, then the adjustment in the second game, I think the fact that you got to do it 4 times and you got to shut them down 4 times, I think that's when it gets difficult because I remember like in the last Miami game when they played at home and they kind of had the little scuffle or whatever. And I was like, Zion gives these motherfuckers the blues. But it's like you got to get used to the no calls and the physicality. Whereas in prior games, you might be like, all right, damn, this is another one of those episodes. So I think it's interesting though, man. And I do think having guys with that who already got playoff experience, and we forget Trey got playoff experience at this point and play-in experience. Trey been in 2 series.
That's true.
And so, that's very true. And all the playing games, huh? What, 5 playing games?
That and 2, probably. Fuck, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me it was 10. Then Herb been in a couple series now. So you got some guys with playoff experience.
So, has Dejounte been in the playoffs?
Yeah. They ain't do shit, but
yeah, San Antonio.
Well, I was trying to think, is Trey Murphy currently on the roster? No, we got Looney and fucking Poole. What am I thinking? Looney and Poole. Your little last one.
Shout out to Squallow. Y'all going from preseason podcast to the playoffs. Oh, we got us delusion, my dog. So you know what I'm saying?
When the preseason when they go to Australia?
Oh, October?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask that. Do you since we play in Australia, do we get the same amount of preseason games back in the States, or do those
Why
2
are we
games
playing in Australia?
I would imagine
brand awareness, I guess.
In Australia. Gotcha.
They cut them preseason games down to like 3, didn't anyway?
Not like, but like some get 5. Didn't the Lakers get like 5 because they play in like the Los Angeles, like some type of classic thing before?
you know, they gotta, you know, they're gonna give the Lakers the edge, but I think what they did, they sent Golden State and was it Golden State and Atlanta? They sent to like Japan or some shit one year or something crazy like that.
Grow the game.
Hey, before we get out of here, man, I want to hear Chris's reaction to the Saints game.
My reaction to the Saints game?
Yeah. I want to hear you. Yeah.
Oh, simulate the fucking season, bro. Like what? I mean, the fucking offensive line stinks. There were no, you know, any wide receiver that was available dropped damn near every pass you could throw at him. I mean, I don't even know really what to make of Spencer Rattler one way or another. It looked just like the regular season team. They couldn't score a touchdown in the first half. It was horrible football. Preseason or not, that was not a good watch. I know some starters were missing and everything like that. It just looked like the same shit. It's god awful. Don't listen. Keep your money. Like I don't want to see Tyler's show. I understand the arm talent. If you're gonna throw the ball off your back foot every time you get pressure like Jay Cutler, you're gonna end up having Jay Cutler type issues, and you don't want that. Nobody wants to see that, bro. I just you know, I'm pissed. I sat down and rushed home to fucking change my whole goddamn afternoon to watch that bullshit. Why? It's a sickness. Get help.
Who did it better, Chris or Jim?
Was that second game we got our ass kicked, or the second half we just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. Horse.
How bad did he want to say dog shit?
Hold on.
He got diddly poo out. But
and wait.
Justin.
Wait. I'm not even done. The worst thing about this shit is I can't even get excited about possibly getting Arch Manning. Even if I believe that I want Arch Manning, I think Arch Manning gonna be a great quarterback because his daddy gonna come out and say that he ain't gonna be draft eligible next year or he playing another year at Texas. Pops, why you doing that? Why you doing that to us? I ain't got 2 more years to waste watching this shit, bro. I don't. I don't have a gap year to wait of watching this. I'm spoiled now. It is what it is. It's been 20 years or something. I'm used to it now. I'm here. I'm not going back to beer money. I wasn't wearing paper bags. I don't want to start wearing them now. I don't want to watch Billy Joe Tolliver play quarterback. Don't want to see it. Don't want to watch Billy Joe fucking Herbert. I don't want to see Jeff Blake. I don't want to see Aaron Brooks. I don't want to see any of that. I'm used to what I'm used to now. Don't fuck it up. Yo, y'all need to fix this shit on airline, all of it, so we can all have fun, man.
That was great. Like, subscribe, comment, holler at us. Peace.